Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Fact Finder, which is a unique 44 Magnum given to you by the Battle of Steel, with a set of legendary effects that is the bullets explosive, 2-shot, and the action point cost. Now, if you use pistols at all, that you will know that pistols pretty much rely on VETS usage, because they actually use very little VETS, so less VETS action point cost is gonna boost it even further in terms of usability. And even though I don't like 2-shot because it's making you recoil much, it's not very accurate, and the only way you can reliably use it is either with scopes or in VETS. Now, yes, VETS is what this pistol is going to be used in, so it's actually kind of mitigated by the fact that it's going to be good in that. But despite the effects for themselves being pretty good, the pistol leaves a bit to be desired in terms of modifications. Because if you go over to the workbench, you will see that it has a standard receiver, given to you, and you get it, which can be, of course, moved over to the hardened receiver, which we'll do right now. And the stabilized bull barrel is the new modification that you can pretty much get now since the new DLC. This is gonna increase your range and decrease your recoil, which is pretty much the same range as a long barrel, and the recoil is about the same as the stabilized long barrel. So it's not that big of an upgrade in my opinion, but it at least looks better. However, despite it looking better, the default appearance only works with the blue camouflage for it because, again, this has been a Fallout 4 skin where the bull barrel was actually a thing in the game. However, the gold paint, which is, something deviant or made for Fallout 76, does not have the modification or the effect kind of to go over the bull barrel, which looks really stupid in my opinion. I hope they fix it in the future. Other than that, the reflex side is pretty good. That's gonna increase your usability in VETS again. The true grip, however, I would change over to something like either the precise grip if you want hipfire accuracy, or forceful grip if you want recoil, because this weapon degrades really fast. If you watch the Tears video, who already covered this topic, both 2-shot and explosive makes the weapon degrade twice as fast. So altogether it's gonna degrade 4 times as fast as a normal 44 Magnum. So that's why getting that extra little bit of condition is gonna be really helpful. So I move over to the precise grip, and that's pretty much it. So now we are actually able to roll with this gun, and I'll be comparing it to something like, for example, my Western revolver, which is bloodied, but this is pretty much the best Magnum in the game for the 44 ammunition. And you will immediately see that this is bloodied. I'm at the nerd rage threshold, so it's doing 273 damage, while the Fact Finder is doing 248 damage. However, this could be boosted if I had something like Demolition Expert on, because explosive does benefit from that. So it's gonna be a bit of a lackluster comparison, but still you should get an idea of where this weapon stands in terms of performance. Just to prove my point, I put on 3 ranks of Demolition Expert, and actually that was enough to push this weapon over the damage of the 44 Magnum that is bloodied. Now it's dealing 276 damage, while my Western Revolver is dealing 273. Okay, so as I said, it's really hard to land consistently 2 shots, both pellets rather, with the 2-shot weapons, especially if they are explosive. But I'm gonna try and test out the damage on this Veto Government Worker because they are kind of tanky. So that's 1 shot. That took about a third of their health, I would say. And that's, another third. Well, not completely a third because it needs 4 shots to kill. Comparing that to something like this one, for example, the bloodied Magnum, without aiming. That's 1, that's 2, and then that's 3. So yes, this does outdamage it, despite technically the weapon card saying that the other one would damage more. But that might be because, the robots might have some explosive resistance to them, I can't tell. Let's try it again on something, and actually try and look at the damage numbers, just to see if it actually matches up. So here is this, again, worker, 188, and this one is gonna be 52, 52, and 26. So I think the 26 is the, of course, explosive damage, and the other one is the 2 pellets. So yeah, even on the weapon card, it does say that it's getting out damaged by the other one. Sorry, not weapon card, weapon numbers rather, which is kind of odd. But let's see if this can be improved in VETS. Okay, so look at the range. The range on this thing is actually the same. So this is 204, and this one is also 204. So I could potentially start shooting at the super mutants, and they should be taking the same amount of damage in terms of range. So, torso shot, that was about a third of his health. That was much more than a third of his health. So yeah, again, this weapon isn't actually doing the damage it was supposed to live up for. But let's just try and demonstrate how good you can do with it anyway. Yep, 3 shots to kill a super mutant without sneak. And I'm gonna be dead soon enough. There you go. Okay, now I'm getting a bit more damage because of my adrenaline. You know, my health has gone down to significantly less amounts. And you know, I can still do well with it, I guess. You know, it does kill stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad weapon. I'm just saying that this isn't gonna be probably your new best option for a gunslinger when it comes to at least, you know, the min-max build, because you will probably never gonna get a better thing than a bloodied, more damage while aiming Western revolver, to be fair. But again, if you are not lucky enough to get one, then this is pretty much a decent alternative. It just degrades super fast, so there is that. And I'm dead. Alright, I think that pretty much tells everything you need to know about this weapon, so I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you much for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.